and I hope everybody's having a great day today. I'm just going to try to set up, um, yeah, well, that's not going to work. I'm going to try to set up my technology here so I can get your comments. But apparently, I don't know if I'm live or not. Aha, I am. I hope everybody's having a great day and had a wonderful Mother's Day yesterday. And I was trying to look on Mike's phone to get YouTube, but apparently, I don't know. Ah, there we go. All right. Okay. So I'm going to try to start going live again um, on Mondays at 7:30. Seemed to be like a great time. And I don't make wreaths anymore. Now I am into painting. And I have several character figures in my store. And I didn't really advertise them much, but they're there. And there we go. But so if you want to take a look in my Etsy shop, it's Creative Wreaths by CR. And you can go and see what I have available. I might, if I can get on a schedule and go every Monday night, I might start putting 5 a week on sale. Just for a week. But we'll see when I get there. Hey, Debbie. Thank you. Debbie is from Just Peachy's Designs. It's over on YouTube. And she will be helping me with the comments there. And my bird Cece from C's, I can't even think of it. CB's Wreaths and Decors is moderating on Facebook. So we will go ahead and get started. Thank you all for joining me. I'm going to switch my camera view because I think you'll have a better view if you look in from overhead. It's kind of a little blurry, and I'm not sure if you can see this. What I did was I painted, this is a 7x9 piece of MDF, and I painted it with a light blue background, and then I traced my design on this. This is the same size as the metal signs people use when they sublimate. Anyway, I'm going to attempt to paint these 2 irises and their leaves. And I didn't put any colors or any description down yet because I'm not really sure what I'm using. I don't like to use colors straight out of the bottle. So I like to mix. I'm a mixer. Anyway, let me go back to the front view for a moment. Cece made this for me. I'm going to put it on. I really don't want to because I don't want to mess it up, and I am a messy painter. But she made me this apron. It has Lamba on it. That's my puppy. And then she put my name, Creative Wreaths and Flowers, down on the pockets. So I told her I'd use it. I don't want to because I will have paint all over it by the time we're done. And I'm not going to tie it because my arm won't reach back there right now. I tore my rotator cuff, so we're in the process of trying to figure out what's going on with that. Cece and I do have a class. It's called Owls Tech and C's Design. We go twice a week by Zoom. Thursdays, Cece goes and shows design. And on Fridays, I go and I help with tech. It is beginning tech. I help you set up your channels. I can help you with your YouTube. If there's a question I don't know, I'll figure it out and answer it for you. We're a tiny little group. It's $20 a month. And I would love if you would join us. Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Also, while I'm thinking of it, if you all haven't followed and hit the notifications, or on YouTube subscribed and hit the bell, that will let you know the next time that I go live. Like I said, I'm going to try to go on Monday nights at 7:30 Central Standard Time. So the first thing I want to do on this is I want to paint the leaves. I know it's hard for you to see the outlines down on the table, but you can kind of see them. I just did them in graphite paper. I didn't go over them with black liner. But I'm going to be using Deco Art. This is medium green. Hauser medium green. Hausers are the best greens when it comes to Deco Art. And I use a plate, a foam plate. I probably have way too much paint. I also have, did I do that right? I did. And then I'm going to also use Hauser Light Green. Feels almost empty. May have to look for another bottle of it. Oh, great. And for the stems, I'm going to use Craft Smart Apple Tart. It's a pretty lime green. Okay. And anyway, the paintbrushes I like to use, I love using this. This is a set by, it's called Addie's Paintbrushes. There's 10 of them. And you have some filberts, you have some flats, you have some angles, and then you have a couple of small rounds. I like the brushes on these. They work really well. I also tend to use small brushes because I have old shaky hand syndrome. So let me see here. I'm trying to figure out what brush I want to use. I think I'm going to use this size. I mean, I don't know that they have a size on them. They do not. But this is a filbert tip brush. And I'm going to do that for going around the curves. And I'm just going to start out with the medium Hauser green. And I'm using it on the side so I can get down the line. And it might take a couple of coats. Either that or I didn't get my brush loaded good enough. There we go. He shook it, but it doesn't seem to have shaken well. And this is different than most painted signs I've seen. I've seen them, with the characters cut, but I've never seen like one done on a 7x9. But I like to be different. I'm going to pick up a little bit of the light Hauser green, mix it in, because as we all know, leaves aren't all the same color. I'm a little bit nervous tonight. I haven't been live for almost a year. I mean, a couple of times here and there. But I used to go twice a week. But I just got out of it. I do the backside. I'm usually behind the camera. And that's another thing I do is I edit videos. And I can move videos from Facebook to YouTube or vice versa. I can edit them, and I can also optimize your YouTube. If you have ever need for that, all you have to do is go to Creative Rees DIY or more, or you can put in Creative Rees and Flowers and come up with, darn it, no, that'll be alright. Come up with the same thing, because Facebook never changed my go-to link. And just leave me a message and I'll get back with you on that. You know, you have to concentrate a little bit. These are little happy accidents. We'll just call them that. That's what Bob Ross calls mistakes, little happy accidents. But, and I've only been painting for about a year. I started out working for a painter that does blanks, does the character signs. And it kind of looked fun and relaxing, so I tried it. What I really like to do is paint on canvas. However, I'm no Van Gogh or Picasso, so I have to stay in my realm of where I think people might like my paintings and buy them. So, and I'm just mixing these two greens up together. They are kind of blending in because they are wet, and I like that. And this one doesn't have any writing on it. I do not do hand lettering. I just don't have the unshakiness to do the hand lettering. So I do use vinyl. I use iron-on vinyl to do hand lettering. And you can customize the sign to say what you'd like. And then we can put that on. Like this one, we could put Happy Spring, Welcome Summer, you know, whatever you would like. But that would have, I'd have to wait for it to dry. I do that before I seal the signs. I do seal them all with either Minwax when it's too cold, because I live in Nebraska, so it does get rather cold there, or here. Or I like to use the spray on Rust-Oleum UV coat. Hi, Sherry. I'm trying to look at my comments. I don't even know what I have on what object, so I do appreciate you all joining me. I am trying to become monetized. So if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, I would appreciate it. And if you would watch my videos there, I'd really appreciate it. I'm okay on the number of viewers for monetization, but I don't have the view hours. So, and I don't batch paint. In other words, I don't, when you see my things listed on Etsy, you'll only see one listed. And that is because I couldn't duplicate anything if you paid me. So, each thing is listed separately, and anything can be customized. Michael is the one that cuts out all my wood for me. He does it with a bandsaw, and then I bought him a sander, a belt sander. So he cuts out everything, and then I do the painting. So, looks like I forgot. That's okay. And art, of course, even with your wreaths. It's all designer's choice, designer's style, designer's look. And we will be going back over these again with the second coat of paint because these are kind of transparent. Didn't realize the green would be as transparent. And then when we come to the purple, we're going to have more fun because I have about 8 bottles of purple. And I don't know what I want to use. And that's why you don't get a color list prior to my live, because I have no idea. I have started using Artist Loft tube paints. I really like them. But I didn't want to get into that tonight. But you'll probably see me do a lot with the Artist Loft tube paints. And I only buy the primary colors. And I tend to mix my own color when I paint my backgrounds and so forth. I do prime my wood. If I don't do it with a color like this one I did with the sky blue, I will do it with a white, and then I put my design on from there. And I'm learning how to use Procreate so I can make my own blanks or my own designs so that it'll be all mine. I like Procreate, but it's a little, there's a learning curve, so I've done pretty well for right now, getting out what I need. I think this one, though, I just did off the printer, to tell you the truth. I've had this one ready for quite some time. I was going to start going back in March, and that's when I took my little fall and hurt my shoulder, so we had to put it on hold for a while because I couldn't get my hand to the canvas. So we'll just let that, and I do not like using a blow dryer on a live. It just drives me nuts because, you know, it's loud and, yeah, so I got some little unhappy accidents here. I think when I shook the green bottle to try to get it out, I can touch that back up when I'm done. Usually I have a baby wipe handy. And what is so cool is that this morning Mike went out and he came in and he said, Cheryl, the iris is opened up. So I had to go out and film them. I don't know if you saw that on my Facebook page or not. But I had to go out and film them, and I thought, what a perfect day, because now I can paint my iris. And it'll look nice. So. But when this dries, then we will be able to put a second coat on, and you won't see the brush strokes. And it'll look great. Hi, Dixie. How are you? But anyway, I don't know if I have, well, I think I have Facebook on one of these and YouTube on the other one, but I won't guarantee it. And since I lost my paper towel, I'm going to go ahead and put the lime green. The lime green is for the stems, because, you know, the stems of an iris are a different color. And I don't think I have this. I have an Amazon affiliate store, and I have links listed. It's pinned at the top of my Facebook page. But I can't even think of what they call them. They call them pods. And you can put them in the bottom of your paint cup. And they have little doohickeys. I don't know what they're called. Little plastic things that you can... I'm a pouncer, and I'm very hard on my brushes when I clean them. So this thing allows you to be able to scrape back and forth over it, and it really cleans your brushes nice. If I do not have that in the store or in my links, I will be getting that for you. I also have my Posca. I will use probably a Posca paint pen tonight. And I have a link for the Posca paint pen set also. I have to look. This is actually kind of the look I'm going for. I do this in my Met Media pad, and I practice and practice and practice until I figure out what I want. And so this is kind of what and I really should have had that in front of me so I could see what I was doing. But sometimes, and being the first live that I've done since it's been a while, it's kind of hard to remember everything. I hope you all had a wonderful Mother's Day yesterday. I did absolutely nothing. Then Ryder came over about 3 o'clock or so, and we spent some time with him, and then Melinda came to pick him up, and she sat and spent some time with us. So that was kind of nice. And I got a message from my son saying Happy Mother's Day, which is about all I can expect. And then my oldest daughter called me late last night and said Happy Mother's Day. She was out with her family. She has 2 kids. And so they were out and celebrating. Well, they celebrated mostly on Saturday because Susan had to work on Sunday, but they were all busy celebrating for a couple of days. So Jenny doesn't call often, but when she does call, I get excited. And I know some of you have followed me for a while. We are still planning on moving. We don't know when. Hopefully by the end of the year, maybe. We want to trade our trailer in and get a 5th wheel. And then, but we're hoping to go to the Tennessee area towards Knoxville and Pigeon Forge, which is really kind of good for me to say because I am geographically challenged. But I do know that Knoxville and Pigeon Forge are pretty much in the same kind of area. I know it's not by Nashville, so that's good. And then I'm hoping once we get there, I'm going to partner up with my friend, and we will hopefully get things together and get our businesses rolling. She makes wreaths and sublimated signs and embellishments, and I do tech work and paint, and like I said, mostly right now I'm editing videos. I like to do that. I'm the first original DOS dinosaur, so while Bill Gates still lived in his mother's basement or garage, whichever it was, I was learning computers. So I'm about the same age as Bill Gates. I don't really know how old he is, but he's about my age. He has a lot more money than I do. But I remember my first college. Well, not my first college, actually my second college. When I decided to go into computers, I changed colleges because my college that I started at only had one little personal computer, and it was called a Wang. So we called it Willie Wang, and you had to sign up for times on it. So, what are you doing tonight? Oh, got a date with Willie. So we all had to share one little computer. So I moved over to the university. Well, I don't even know what they call it anymore these days. It was Central Missouri State, and I think it's University of Central Missouri. And anyway, then I worked on a mainframe, an IBM, I think it was a 4341 mainframe. And we did the cards, and, you know, you'd send your program off, and then you'd have to wait 14 hours for it to go through the system, and you hope nobody's program was messed up, that they read your data, and then, you know, because if you wait 14 hours, takes quite a little bit there to get your program back. And you didn't want to be the one that, what they called, ate the queue, because if you ate the queue, then you wanted to hide from everybody else and their brother until they forgot that you ate the queue and somebody else ate it. We learned assembler and COBOL, Pascal. And then I took some time off and did the mother thing. And in 2008 or 2005, I went back to school. And went to the University of Nebraska in Omaha. And finally finished my Systems Information Management degree in 2008. Which was the same year my oldest graduated with her degree in education. Although she went 6 years because she had 3 certifications. She had elementary, middle school, math, and then English as a second language. So she had to do 2 student teachings. Anyway, she did a lot more than I would ever do. Since then, she's gone back and also picked up an associate's in accounting. And I don't know what all else. I told her she was going to be a student for life. Her birthday comes up on the 20th of May. I got to remember that. She remembered Mother's Day. I better remember her birthday, I guess. I'm going to have to let that dry. All right. So, I'm thinking the leaves are looking pretty nice. Of course, it looks a lot different when you look at it closer. It always looks better on camera. I gotta wait for that one spot to dry for some reason, and I'm not sure why. I'm just pushing paint around, so you have to wait for it to dry. Oh, computers are my life. Trust me. Hi, Phyllis and Christine. So I'm going to put my purple paints. I have them sitting behind. I don't know why I did that. I have all my purple paints sitting behind my iPad. So, you know, I've tried a lot of different things when I made these irises. Irises are very special to me. My father had tons of them, and he used to breed. Do you breed a flower? Anyway, he used to have several different colors. He made brown ones, he had yellow ones, he had purple ones, you name the color, and he tried to make the flower turn out that way. So when we moved into this house in 1994, he brought iris bulbs up and put them in for me. So that's why they're so special. Of course, it's not like you have to keep them cleaned out, because if the bulbs get root blocked, they won't bloom. So we must have done something right, although I think these are runaways. I think they have taken off from the old bulbs. Hi, Susie, and I'm just talking, I'm just looking to see who my moderators are talking to. Thanks to Cece and Debbie for helping me out. Like I said, I'm usually on the other side of the camera, so. No, it's kind of dark. Did I put any of this one on? We have violet, purple, African lily, purple pizzazz, lilac mist, and lavender sachet. And I don't know what I'm going to use, or I don't like the darker ones. I like lighter ones. And now I don't know what I did with my paintbrush. There we go. Oh, did you, Peggy? Yeah, my dad was really, I mean, he was an excellent green thumb. I kill plastic plants. I'm going to start with this lavender, I can't say it. Sachet, S-A-C-H-E-T, chest. Anyway, and I want the middle to be a little lighter. I think that's going to be too light, though. So we'll just mix a little of this lilac mist in with it, because I want it to be a little bit darker. I don't particularly want it too light. I even tried some of the purple with the red in it, but it just didn't do anything for me. It didn't. But Mike and I like to do this. He likes to cut. He won't allow me to. Well, they actually grounded me from everything that's hot because I burn things. I melted a laptop. I melted a coffee cup. So that's when they all decided that Mom doesn't get to play with the hot items anymore. They will let me use a bag sealer, but that's about it. I got a real nice U-line glue gun, hot temp glue, and Michael took it over. So I wanted to learn how to use the bandsaw, but I got it before I had my cataracts taken out, and he told me no. And now he won't show me how. So I think he's afraid that I'll get into the business all by myself, and he won't have anything to do. So he does a very good job. I know it's not easy to see on this one because it's just a 7x9, but he does really well. I'll show you I'll show you one blank. It'll be one of my upcomings. I think I'm going to mix together these two and make a... Let's see, I don't ever use just a color out of the bottle. I really don't. I like to make my own color. And that's amazing because, to tell you the truth, if anything looks funny, I do have some problems seeing color. I am red-green colorblind. It just means colors that are similar, I can't tell the difference. Doesn't mean I can't see color. But I don't see color like everybody else. So it can be unique. When the kids were little, I said, gosh, I wish they made for animals for adults, because I could use some help with matching tops and pants, because there have been times I've been told, nope, you can't wear those together. So I have my own unique thing. I forgot how much I like to do lives. really enjoy it. I hope you all enjoy it too. I just do this. I don't do it as like I wouldn't call them a tutorial. It's just a paint along with me, paint along with Al. Pardon me. Right now, I believe I have the signs or the wreath attachments listed in my shop. I think for 15, and then I have $4 or $5 shipping on them. Although if shipping keeps going up, I may have to change that. I do try to ship them in an envelope if you just get one. That way, you know, your shipping costs are not as bad. Envelopes are a little cheaper because they don't really go by volume. And never be afraid to mix colors. I mean, you can always go back to the bottle and get the color out of the bottle if you want it. I'm mixing the one of the darker purples with the lilac. Because in my site, I see the irises, they're not all just one color. They're a lot of different colors. And I probably don't say the words right. I thought opaque meant they were see-through, but apparently opaque does not mean that. But this color purple will definitely have to dry and get a second coat. And that's just the way it is a lot of times. You have to do a second coat. I am excited for one of the things I'm going to show you. I actually created my own blank, if you will. And Michael actually cut it out. And I'm not sure if I'll be doing that one next week or the week after, because I have a choice of 2 different things to do, because I've been getting things ready. And also remember, these can be made on canvas. I can do them on canvas, or I can do them on wood. And I can also make them door hanger size. Door hanger size is around 20 inches. That's about anywhere between like 18 and 20 inches is what, and that's, you'd put that on your door versus a wreath. Here, it's kind of a good idea because we have storm doors, and a wreath does not actually fit. It just becomes squashed. And then I had people that lived in the house with me who weren't very careful when they came in and out of the door. So most of my wreaths were abused. So kind of what turned me off of wreaths. Do any of y'all listen to music while you create? I've done a lot of videos where I can barely hear it in the background because, of course, if you do hear it in the background, then you've got to worry about them screaming about your video. And then they can take it off because of the copyright. I like to listen to 80s hair bands, but That's just me. I'm not a country fan. Cece can tell you that. I will listen to it, but I'd rather hear some Bon Jovi or Van Halen. Queen is my favorite group in Chicago. I like Chicago because they're very more orchestra type. I like harmonic music. I like Pentatonix. Of course, that's without music at all. It's just voices. It amazes me what they can do. It was when I first started school, I was a music math major. And of course, like I said, when I started school was before the day of the computer. So, I gotta let that dry and then we can go back and clean up those brush strokes. Take a look here real quick. Oh, Nintendo of America was on here and deleted a message? How exciting. That must have been on YouTube. Hi, Avenel. How are you? Hi, Susan. Sorry I can't see the comments very well, guys. I run off of OBS, and I chose not to put the comments on. So, I figure I have moderators. That's what they're there for. That's why we have moderators. Anyway, thanks, Susan. It's been a long time since I've been live. But I kept getting pushed, and I just had to bite the bullet and say, okay, I'm going to do it. So I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I probably said that 25 times because I can't think of anything to say. Sometimes when I go into painting, I just kind of zone in. It's very relaxing for me. I like doing landscapes too. I'm not very good at it yet, but I'm working on it. I figure all you can do is keep trying and practice. And someday you'll get to the point where you want to be. And you don't have to worry, really. Well, you do a little bit if you want to sell it, but you really don't have to worry about anybody liking it but you. Like I said, in my Etsy store, I do have a variety of different painted items. I do still have a few of my wreaths in there. You can go and take a look at them. See what you think. I will probably drop the wreaths as of the 1st of next year. They'll go away one way or the other. I'm not going to move them. So I'll either have a clearance sale or my youngest daughter's husband's grandmother lives in a assisted living facility, and she really likes them to decorate with. So I might just give them to Nona. Nona's a very nice lady. Now I will only have one of these. Sometimes I don't paint in batches, but when I do my lives, I will like do it up to a certain point, and then if it has to dry for a bit, I'll make one up to that point and then add on and blah blah blah. And so I'll have, you know, a few other ones listed. You know, they may come in threes, but this one will be a one of a kind because I just, when it's on a 7x9 and I don't have to dry it, didn't see the need to make several. I actually have 7x9s cut. We did that because we ran out of wood. So we will be trying a new type of wood called, I think it's APX. I got it at Menards. I don't remember what it's. Pretty sure it's called APX. Spot. Hi, Dill Mom. How are you? Spot is bothering me. There we go. That's better. Might need another little coat. Don't like the carbon line showing up, but there's not a lot. I don't think with the slime green I can do with that. I mean, you won't see it from far away, but I can see it and it bugs me. parts of it's got to dry before I can go back over it. So while I'm letting that dry just a little bit so I can put another coat on it. I have 2 different blanks for the next 2 weeks. What Mike and Alana did was we cut, let's see, a 9-inch round. And I'm going to be painting on it. I will be putting the word welcome on it, doing a border. Strawberries or lemons or both. And that is a 9-inch round, so it does fit a wreath. And then I'm not going to tell you what this is, but this is a blank Michael cut me, and I designed this, and that will be a 4th of July thing. And so in the next couple of weeks, that's what you'll be seeing. So you know, I could sit here and just like fluffing a wreath. I could sit here and floof this all day long. And being a moderator myself and editing videos, the first thing I would say to anybody is don't ever be quiet. And I cannot tell you how many times I've said that to people. And here I was sitting being quiet. They say people like to hear you talk. Lost my town. Where was that spot? Hi, Lillian. How are you? Where are you at, Monica? Are you down south? I see you said it ranges between 70 to 80. We actually are usually warmer. But it's been rather cool lately. I'm doing pretty good, Lily, and doing pretty good. A little upset that I got those green splatters. I'm going to have to pull out my blue paint later and take care of those little green splatters. It's disgusting. Wasn't a very happy accident. I don't know why Bob Ross would say that. I must have set one other thing I needed. Aha. And I'm just going by the picture. Oh, the picture that I created. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab this artist Master's Touch. I'm not sure where I got this. Either got it at Michael's or I got it at Dollar Tree. I'm not adverse to trying Dollar Tree paint. These are the tube paints. They're a little thicker. But I need something for the... Oh, I really didn't want that much. Need something to show up for the middle of the flowers. So maybe this will work without having to do too many coats. The tube paints are thicker, and they do cover a little better. I do like them. They're a little brighter in color. And it does take them, it'll probably take this one a little longer because I'm leaving it very thick. Because I really don't do a little finger painting there. Really don't want to have to hit it a second time, but I probably will. Don't want to use my pen. It could be. I don't remember. Usually the ones I get from Dollar Tree have a screw end on them for the tube paints. So. Ah, you're near Houston. Cool. Not really a big Texas fan. We lived in New Mexico for a while. But we were up, well, we were by the Texas border. We were an hour from, of course, leaving my brain. Well, if you went northeast, we would have been an hour from Amarillo. But that's not where we went most of the time. We went more east-east, or, yeah, east-east. I can never remember the name of the darn city. It's the only place that we could get to an airport very quickly. And then they had about 10 planes. So. And I'm about all done with these. This is the Posca paint pen. And I think these are number 3s. They're not, oops, they're not 7s. But they're not, they might be 5s. Maybe they name them weird. They name them like 357. I bought a whole color pack of these because, like, I don't do outlining. But in my mock-up, I don't know, maybe people don't like it, but I kind of liked it with the outline on it, so I'm doing an outline on it. A lot of times when I do my other paintings, I don't do outlines. And what's funny is when I did the mock-up, I only did the outlines on the petals of the iris. I didn't do any outlines on the petal, or the green. So that'll tell you where my mind was. I also do a lot of painting with Ryder. Although he likes to mix all the colors on the paint together and make brown. So we're in the process of learning that no, we only get one color. And then we wait for that color to dry, and then maybe Grandma will give us a second color. Because black is his favorite color, he says. And when you mix all the paints on the paper, they all come out brown or black. So we did a giraffe for his mom for Mother's Day. And yeah, it was unique because I had a hard time. We didn't do bad on the giraffe, but when we put the brown spots on it, I had to really control him. Of course, he is only 4. But you gotta learn sometime. Why not? Anyway. Well, besides cleaning up the blue, and I don't have it down here by me. I have a big stack of paint over there. I believe that will be it for today. Now you could connect this to the back of a wreath. You can put, if you don't hold it all the way down, you can use 1/4-inch staples on the staple gun and staple pipe cleaners or wire or whatever. They're not very, I mean, this is MDF, but it's not too heavy. And like I said, you could also, if you wanted, customize it with Hello Spring, Happy Summer, and that would be done, like I said, with the iron-on vinyl. So, anyway, that's what I've got for you tonight. It took me a lot of nerve to come back on and get back on alive. It really, really did. But I'll move this out of the way. Right, thank you all for joining us. And hopefully we will be back. We're planning on being back at 7:30 p.m. next Monday evening. And I don't know which blank we'll do. I will say if we do the round, I'm going to do a faux shiplap for the background. And I'll show you how to do that. And then we'll pick our fruit. I don't know if I'm going to do a strawberry or a lemon yet. And then we'll go from there. Depending, I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe I should do the 4th of July theme first. So I'm not sure which blank I'll do. But we'll either do the round or the other blank I showed you. But I'm not telling you what it is. And so, but thank you all again for joining me. Make sure that you have followed and subscribed, liked, hit notified, whatever you need to do. Someday I might have an email list. Not soon, but someday. And don't forget about classes. Design on Thursday, Tech on Friday. Girls have given you the links. We'd love to have you join us. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Take care, and we'll see you next Monday. Bye.